to the MrShowTym showcast. If you're listening to me for the very first time, please be sure to like and hit the subscribe button. Punch and smash that subscribe button, because a lot of people need to hear this message, and I'm here to clarify some misconceptions about the Redpill Manosphere and how not all of us quite see eye to eye when it comes to views about today's current dating and relationship market value, especially pertaining to marriage. I just recently watched the Louder with Steven Crowder live stream featuring special guests FreshandFit. Now, Myron Gaines and Walter Weeks, along with several other Manosphere content creators in our space, their views about marriages is understandable, but it's still wrong. The Redpill Manosphere is wrong about marriage, and this is where the tradcons are right. I've seen some Twitter beefs back and forth between Just Pretty Things and Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro and Michael Knowles. About how marriage is, it's the glue that keeps society together. Now, certain content creators on our side of the Red Pill, the Manosphere, people like FreshandFit, they claim that feminism ruined women, modern women, because they're out here sleeping around and they have such high body counts. Yet at the same time, Myron Gaines is advocating for men, in order to get a suitable woman to date or marry, a guy needs to sleep with at least 50 women in order to understand and vet a girl properly, which is absolute bollocks. It's a fallacy. How does that make sense? Because we complain about women having high body counts and them being damaged and them being typical modern women who like to sleep around, who are bimbos and Instagram thoughts, if you advocate for a guy when a guy sleeps with 50 women, is leaving behind a trail of broken women for the next guy to stumble upon, and then that guy says, "Oh, this woman has been ran through." Paradoxical. Absolutely, purely paradoxical. You're advocating that, you're saying that, okay, since women are broken and they have high body counts, a guy should rally up, ramp up his notch count, leaving behind further broken women, only for the next guy to stumble upon broken women with high body counts. How does that make sense, Myron? How does it make sense? Same goes for you, Walter Weeks. You too. I mean, we have a certain figure, a certain content creator in our space that goes by, he calls himself the godfather of the Manosphere, and somewhere around last year, was it last year? Yeah, I think I believe it was last year. He said, or early this year, somewhere around there, he said that in order for a man to become high value, men in their early 20s should chop off their wangs and avoid family creation and not get married, avoid marriage, to become high value. That's the sort of thing you say when you want to nuke your whole entire career. That was a suicidal move, figuratively speaking, in terms of his credibility and respect. It's almost as if like someone told him to, just get out there and just suicide your whole credibility all over the internet. And then he got mad when we called him out on it. And of course, FreshandFit, since they're close, they tried to defend him, and even Marion himself was sitting there like, he knew himself that, the godfather of the manosphere, he messed up. He was totally off the mark. Nuked his own career. Look, we understand, same thing goes for Anton Daniels too, and Coach Greg Adams. Coach Greg Adams, he himself, his marriage failed, right? By his own admission. Got a divorce, and he's now advocating for the free agent lifestyle, which is like the male version of feminism, right? I'm just going off of the concept. In the sense that screw marriage and just have fun, just live your best life by just sleeping with a bunch of women. And look, any person that advocates for that lifestyle is just sad and miserable. Ergo, misery loves company. And, Coach Greg Adams claims that, his wife did him a favor when she divorced him. Because now he can go to the JUCO, i.e. junior college, and sleep with as many flatbacks, supreme flatbacks, young 20-year-olds, like when he hits the soundtrack, the sound bites, the buzzer sound bites. Right? Look, people who think like that, they're just miserable. Because Coach Greg Adams, tell me, then why did you get married in the first place? If your wife did you a favor by leaving you, by divorcing you, then why did you even bother getting married in the first place? You didn't think, you didn't view marriage the same way now, did you, back then? You saw it necessary to be happy, raising kids, in a stable household, in a marriage, right? You saw it necessary to get married and have kids, right? And now you're saying your wife divorcing you was the best thing ever. She did you a favor. Then why bother getting married in the first place? Why? And don't try to escape by saying, well, I didn't know back then. No. I'm plugging that hole. You're not going to escape that hole. Understand something. That's a very selfish, self-fulfilling prophecy in the first place. Because marriage is not about you as an individual. Marriage is an institution to raise kids. You have kids, right, Coach Greg Adams, right? You have a son and a daughter. Understand something. When you say your wife divorcing you is the best thing ever, she was the best thing ever. For who? For you or for your kids? Because now your kids are low-key traumatized because now mommy and daddy no longer live in the same house. Mommy and daddy are now constantly taking each other back and forth to court, in and out of court, battling for child custody. Such traumatizes kids, FYI, Mr. Adams. Such traumatizes kids. You might finally be, somewhat be happy. Oh, I can sleep with, the supreme flatbacks. But your son and your daughter, they're traumatized, they're sad, they're upset. Because this is not ideal. This is not an ideal lifestyle for a family. Your kids are now in a broken family. Mommy and dad are now fighting. They're divorced. Because trust and believe, your son prefers you and your wife being together. They prefer mommy and daddy being together. Because that's a stable family union. Feminism, this is what feminism promotes. Brokenness. In the mainstream media, they don't promote families getting together. They don't promote men and women getting together in a stable family unit. They promote the opposite. They promote, broken family units. They tell women that, oh, you don't need men. Go, girl, strong, independent, boss, babe. Go chase your career. Hold off on the baby making, and then they promote segregation between men. They've driven a wedge between men and women. Men and women are better together than they are apart. Shout out to the late Saint Kevin Samuels. Men and women are better together than they are apart. And now here you are, because your marriage didn't work out. Now, misery loves company. Now you promote the idea of men sleeping with a whole bunch of supreme flatbacks and the junior college flatbacks girls, young junior college girls. Fun. That's not an ideal life. Sleeping around just for pleasure, just to get your wiener wet. That's not happiness. That's not a stable. That's not a. That's Satanist. That's satanic. Sleeping around. I mean, come on. The Bible says don't sleep. No sex before marriage. Correct? And how are you helping society by further propagating the same problem that I thought the Redpill Manosphere is here to expose and to help? Guys, we the Redpill Manosphere, we got this wrong. Same thing goes for Just Purely Things. Just Purely Things. You yourself are not married. At age 26, going on to 27, she's not married. She can't even keep a man long term. She's still single. The one thing I agree with Just Purely Things is when she says, women shouldn't vote. She has a whole, she has a t-shirt collection, titled "Women Shouldn't Vote." I agree with her that. That's a whole different topic that I previously explained in my previous videos. Just Purely Things herself is not she's not married. So how is she a credible voice when telling women whether or not to get married, how to view marriage? Does she have a successful track record in the relationship market? Obviously not. I don't see a ring on her finger. And the way she conducts herself, she's not worthy of marriage anyway. And the more as years go by, her chances of getting married getting forever slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. Her reproductive ovaries, her eggs, -1 each month. She bleeds. She goes through her menstrual cycle. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro and Michael Knowles, they're right about marriage. They're correct. It's better off. I mean, it's not every single person. It's not every single woman that you get married. She's just sitting there plotting. I'm gonna take half your resources. No. Women out here, they want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to establish a family, a stable family. All right. So yes, we can't take those examples. I mean, you want to bring up the stats, but 80%. No. It's not most people. It's still not most people. Most people, when they get married, they're not thinking, okay, I'm only getting married so I can take his resources. No, that happens with the high value tier people. That would be celebrities. Your football players, your athletes, your pro athletes, and your celebrities, and your musicians, and your artists. Why? Because they have an incentive. I'm not saying I understand when it comes to marriage laws, they don't favor the men. They don't favor they don't favor men. They don't. But if we acquiesce, if we give in, we are forming part of the problem. We are propagating the problem. Why don't we shave against the grain and say we're gonna advocate for people to behave right, even though men are at a disadvantage in terms of the laws and the prenups. Advocate for men to still get married, because I guarantee you, most people prefer to be. I mean, amongst divorcees, they end up regretting it, do they not? Of course. They regret getting a divorce. So what does that say? W marriage. Okay? We cannot sit here and say, do not get married until the laws change. Guess what? The laws aren't going to change anytime soon. How you fight this is you prevail, try to prevail despite the disadvantaged laws. Because I guarantee you, if people are saying to themselves, okay, we're going to support each other, we're going to support the marriage, the institution of marriage. We're not going to let the ship sink. We're going to support the institution of marriage. Men and women are going to stay together despite their problems. I mean, come on, guys. Our parents, our grandparents, they lived, in harsher times, back in the day, in harsh times during certain political regimes, and they still stay together. Why can't we? If we can't stay together in this more convenient, more modernized era, we're failures. It will make us failures. Because we live in such a plush, convenient society where, things are, we have technology, we have so many conveniences in society. And we can't just agree to just stay together and treat each other nicely and act right. That will make us a failure generation. So we should, instead of saying, oh, don't get married because, the courts are against us. Shut up. Shut up. You're propagating the problem. You're not helping. Say to people, hey, stay together despite the marriage laws. Okay? Men, act right. Women, act right. Stick with your man. Okay? And then the Agent Smiths will start saying, wow, these people are staying together despite us making it hard for them. This is the battle. Don't acquiesce. Don't give in. Don't let the Agent Smiths win. They're right. Society is better. I mean, marriage is the building blocks of any great society. And if people are, the grassroots level is a stable family unit. A stable family unit. So, hey, listen. I advocate for marriage. Despite the marriage laws, you can go scream at me in the comment section. It will prove you're just an idiot. Okay? We shave against the grain. We're trying to help society get back on its feet, not by further collapsing it, by saying, oh, don't get married anyway, no, hell no. Men and women are better together than they are apart. If you've been watching this far, thank you. Because so far I am not, I have less than 1,000 subscribers at this point, and if you've been listening this far, you are a true showman. You get it? Because MrShowTym, you are a fan, showman, right? Please subscribe, share this on your Facebook, and let the normies squirm, right? Also support me on Rumble at rumble.com/MrShowTym, okay? Because you'll find me on Rumble there because that's my in-case platform. Because in the words of Coach Greg Adams, they're watching. New world order. All right. Thanks for watching. Cheers.